All right, amazing people. Welcome, welcome. Wanted to introduce you to an amazing footprint that's about to happen. Right now, you're about to walk into something really special, definitely informational, and I'm honored to be able to give you this information. So I'm Lorie Woodruff, real estate coach, business coach in the Maryland area, where I help most realtors and entrepreneurs market and monetize their brand. But a lot of times, I'm going to be having a lot of discussions about money because that's where we are. And that's where we are in this economy. So I want to just really congratulate each and every one of you that are here. And as we go through this, I really want you to take note. I really want you to take notice of where we are, where you are, and really get a good pulse as far as, is this something that I really need to pay attention to? Because we're not trying to bankrupt our entire personal economy, but we do need to make sure that we are staying in front of every type of situation that's going to help. So definitely want to welcome you guys. If you haven't followed me before, this is going to be definitely an informational money session that's going to help you grow in what you're doing right now. So for those that are out there, what areas, tell me, drop in the chat, what industries are you in right now? Are you in real estate? Are you in sales? Talk to me. What kind of industry are you in right now? Sales, real estate, life insurance. None of us are, none of us, it doesn't matter what industry that we're in. Guess what? Guess what we need? Money. We all still need it, right? Consultants need money. Real estate, mortgage, insurance, network marketing, my favorite. Tech, we all need money. All right. So this is not one of those get rich quick type of conversations, but let's dive into a little bit more so you can put pen to pad as far as how this is going to help you out. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so let's get into it. Make more money in 2024. I was thinking about different topics about what I could talk about. And when it comes down to real estate, could I talk about something in the real estate space about what's going on with the economy? Could I talk about what's going on with real estate right now? Can I talk about credit? You know, there's so many different topics. Then we focus on the core of everything. And I said, make more money in 2024. And that's how I came up with this one, really just to lean into what's going on. Okay. Monique, everything, money. When it comes down to this type of conversation, let's talk about what we're going to be covering today. We're going to talk a little bit about what the economy is doing. Are you choosing the best career? And then we're going to finish it up and talk about some tips and resources for you to work from home. All right. 24 years in the real estate business. For many of you who are out here, it's not about your title. It's not about your title as far as what you do. It's really about what you know. Many of you could share this same topic if you really wanted to. And no matter who you're touching, whether you're in the consulting field, whether you're in the tax field, insurance, real estate, network marketing, everything still stems to money. And these are the topics that you have to just understand. If I can spread myself and understand this and how to help the next person, I'm going to make a lot of money. All right. So it's not about your title. It's really more so on what you know how to do. So for the last 24 years, yes, I have been in the real estate space, helping buyers and sellers get what they need in real estate. And then for the last 10 years, working in coaching space, helping entrepreneurs and realtors market and monetize their brand. Two books that I have authored. One, Unleash Your Irresistibility in 2016, more of a personal development book that I put together, showing how to bounce back from depression, how to shine through just about any and everything. The book is great for men and women. And then we'll talk a little bit more about why this project, the Extraordinary Makeover that was done in 2019, why it was so important. So you'll definitely hear about that story in a little bit. There are multiple ebooks that I have authored. One signature one has been the Simple Credit Repair ebook. And over the years, I've been helping a lot of people repair their credit so they can purchase a home, so they can buy into that business that they're looking to do. And then also the other book for entrepreneurs, Start Your Own Business and Get It Funded. So these are the topics, whether it's around credit or starting a business, that I'm very passionate about as far as making sure you get what you need. So let's dive into it. You guys know I don't like to beat around the bush with a long, drawn out. Well, let's fluff, fluff, fluff. Let's get right to the point. All right. Let's talk about what the economy is doing and why it's leading up to the discussion today. Now, when you take a look at most industries have a standard as far as how much money that they allocate for you and I to get a raise. And there's a budget intact. So everyone's not going to get a raise of the same amount every year. So if we take a look at these different industries, guys, take a look at the construction industry, professional and business services, education, all the way up to financial activities, and even leisure and hospitality. It's going to differ as far as how much your average annual pay raise will be. So let's just kind of take a look in the middle of the road here. If it can range anywhere between 6.7 to 12%, I mean, honestly, how is that really kicking our economy, our personal economy, right? If your boss comes in, your manager says, hey, Kim, come in for a second. I really have something to share with you. Close the door, close the door. What we've decided, after taking a look at your performance is we're going to give you a 6% raise. All right. You're already making $100,000 a year in your business. Bob walks you into the office, Kim, and he says, we're going to get you a 6% raise. And you're like, well, thank you. All right. On the surface, you're saying thank you. But when you take a look at what really goes on behind the scenes, $6,000 is what your increase would be. So if you got 6%, Kim is now looking at 100,000. Now she's looking at 106,000. She's like, well, I'm doing pretty good until she walks outside. All right. Until she walks outside, it's a whole different story. Every industry, of course, is going to have its own. And of course, every person, depending on their performance, will have their own different increase, their annual increase. But then Kim walks outside and she has to pay for groceries, gas, stuff at Target, clothes, courses, and inflation says, that 6% really means nothing to me. I'm going to take a little bit of that. So it's not a true 6% that Kim is taking home. So if we look back at 2010, the trend of inflation in the United States was trending a little bit less than 2%. That's okay. That's a good amount. So in that case, if Kim was getting a 6% increase, then that means truly she only got a 4% increase. Does that make sense? Right? So if you take the amount of income, of course, that she's increased by, then subtract it by inflation, you're probably around $4,000. So 104, Kim, is what you really got. Congratulations. But then we started journeying along. The pandemic said, hey, I got a surprise for you guys. And when the pandemic hit, it doubled. In 2021, it went up to almost 5%. And in 2022, it kicked us in the ass. It was a little bit over 9%. Now, as it started coming down last year in 2023, do you think, if you drop it in the chat, do you think just because the numbers have come down that we've normalized? Drop it in the chat, yes or no. Do you think that we have normalized just because the numbers have gone down on a chart? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are so right, Gwen. You are right, Liz. You are so right, Latasha. It is not. That bump in 2022 set a lot of people back. And we're still feeling the effects of that. It was just 2 years ago. So now it's supposedly supposed to trend out and keep us around 2%. So let's take Kim's scenario again. Kim, I'm picking on you because I love you. When you take a look at that same scenario, if Kim was called into the office and Bob said, close the door, Kim, we've got some news for you. We've been talking, taking a look at your performance, and we see that we can give you a 6% raise. And you're in the midst of 9% going on outside. What are you going to tell Bob? Nicely. That's losing money at that point. you're actually losing money. Because if your income is 6% increase and the inflation is 9%, you're losing money. And this is why we rob Peter to pay Paul. Exactly, Gwen, we're in the negative. And this gives everything, and we're just trying to stay above water at this point so we can try to figure out, how can I bring more money inside the household? Well, if your salary is going to stay the same, what you have to do is start taking a look at some outside sources to make some other things happen, right? You've got to do some other things so that you don't bankrupt your own economy. So let's take a look at the economy in 2002. $42,000 was the median salary. Not too long after that, 21 years later, you're at $67,000. That's it. If we paid attention to the trend of 6% was the trend, the math ain't mathing, right? The math ain't mathing. Why would the salary just go up just a little bit? 20, 30,000. Why would it just go up a little bit if I'm supposed to be trending and getting 6, 7, 8% per year? Does that make sense? The math ain't math. The math ain't math. Home prices did something totally different that we wished our salaries did. Home prices in 2002 were pretty, around 182. This is not even new homes, 182. And in 2023, it skyrocketed to 431,000. So on the flip side, you've got sellers loving that because their increase went up, buyers hating it because it kicked them out of a lot of opportunities to buy a home. All right, so it's an imbalance right here. The economy is going up, salaries are not going up as much, home prices are going to keep going up, and the cost of goods are still going to keep going up. If you're renting a home, this is the average one-bedroom prices in and around major cities. New York, $4,021 a month. One bedroom, y'all. One. Not a family. $1,222 is the average rent in Houston, Texas. Atlanta coming in at $1,800. Washington, D.C., $2,300. LA, $2,250. That's on the good side. And $1,600 for Philly, and Miami, $3,150. All right, so we're keeping on top here of things that are going up. Now let's take a look. During the pandemic, a lot of clients that I work with, and I was very proud, including myself, I started another LLC during the pandemic. And many of you might have started. How many of you actually started an LLC during the pandemic? After 2020, how many of you, just say yes or no, how many of you actually started an LLC during that time? If you take a look at the trend from 2012, if you took a look at the numbers, look, 2.5 million people were starting a business. Small business, big business, it doesn't matter. All right. And it started trending up around 2020, where it almost doubled. 4 million applications were filed. That means new business owners were peaking up and finally saying, enough is enough. I need to earn more money. The job thing is not that steady. And I have to focus on what can I do as a creator, as a consultant, as an advisor? What can I do as a sales professional to earn more money? And a lot of people started turning towards starting a business. 2021, applications spiked up to 5.4 million applicants. And it's still trending right around that to this day. So if you're thinking about starting a business, this may be the time to get yourself in the door to capture what we're going to be talking about more of today. Okay? When you take a look at affiliate marketing, Jermaine, you're in the network marketing space. You're in that same arena. $82,000 is the average income for an affiliate marketer. I love affiliate marketing because it allows me as an individual, you don't have to create everything. You're the middleman. So if this water bottle was something that I knew that my clients would love this water bottle. Now, Amazon is selling it, or I'm just any company is selling it. If I know that there is a need for this, my clients really want this, then what's going to happen is I'm going to create an affiliate relationship with that company who's selling these. And by doing that, I don't have to do anything but market it so that customers can come and buy it. All right. I don't have to worry about customer service. I don't have to worry about returns. I'm just focusing on what marketing can I do to connect a buyer who wants this and a seller who sells this. So the average affiliate marketer is earning at least $82,000. It could be less, it could be more. But I want you to see the projections of what income can be made when you focus on what you know how to do. Okay? Let's talk about, this is the main thing I really wanted everyone to take a look into, is take a look, get your pens and paper ready, because this is going to be the opportunity for you to watch something that may come across this screen that may gift you, that may bless you. All right. When it comes down to the affiliate network marketing, I open the door for you guys to have a conversation with me if that's something that you're open to doing. Because one job is suicidal. Two, but if you got two good ones that can at least give you what you need to support the inflation problem, to take care of the vacations that you need, to take care of the doggy daycare, if all of that, you want to have something coming in every single month, if not every single day, that's going to battle the inflation. All right. So let's talk about 10 careers that you can jump into that are paying over $80,000. For those that are on Instagram, I welcome you. If you wanted to come over, make sure you're registering so you can take a look and follow along what we're doing. Otherwise, and you can also get the replay as well. So first one is social media strategist. Average salary for someone doing social media is $81,000. Now, I could have chosen to go into that arena, but there is something there that's going to be for you if that's for you. $81,000, social media management. A lot of companies, of course, need their social media done. And you've got to be that person to handle it. So 81,000, it's not too bad. Not too bad. The next one is senior environmental scientist. Now, if you see something here that is of interest when you're applying on Indeed, LinkedIn, or any of these sources for resumes and career builder, these are the titles that you want to put in so that you can start researching what they do and what those companies are paying. All the time, you're going to focus on, is this something I can see my skill set doing? Is this something I can see my skill set doing? Are you getting paid that money now? And if the answer is no, then you may want to start saying, I need to pivot and make some changes and maybe take a look into some other industries that pay more money. Because wherever you are right now, you could be great with it. You may love your job with what you do. But if you don't, and you're looking for change, this is going to be that conversation to open the door to say, wait a minute, I didn't even think about that. I could do that in addition to my small business and make it work. All right, let's keep going. Number 3, program analyst. Their average salary is around $98,000 per year. Program analyst, at least $98,000. Now, of course, it could be in different private, corporate, federal sectors, but $98,000 is not too bad. Senior information technology specialist. Anybody that's in that IT phase, that's perfect for you. So 99,000 is that space that you will look to capture if you are in the tech IT field. Got it? All right. The next one is a real estate analyst. I've seen this ad come across for some federal and private agencies. This is not a real estate agent. This is an analyst. All right. They're the ones doing a little bit more on the commercial side, a development side. So you got to be really good with numbers. 103,000 is that arena. Real estate analyst, $103,000. Another one is a forensic analyst. 106 is the average salary for a forensic analyst. Why can't I say that? Document reviewer, $123,000. And for those that are out there that are in the nursing profession, 139,000 for telemedicine physician. My best friend is a nurse, and I'm trying to get her into looking into this because one of the ladies that I know, she's making $300,000 a year doing telemedicine. That's everything where you don't have to physically be in front of a customer. It's a client, it's right in front of the screen. Whether it's mental health, whether, whatever it is, it could be telemedicine. Over $100,000, over 140,000. And the last two are developing, of course, fields, but senior artificial intelligence, senior AI, machine learning engineer, that's over 170,000. And senior staff engineer, over 174,000. So I want you to drop into the chat, what do you think is your base that you need to live on Earth right now? What is that base that would just say, if I made X, I could breathe. I could breathe. I'll wait. I'll wait for your responses. I want to hear what is going to be some good numbers. Jermaine, what's your number? I know it's a minimum of at least 100,000. I know it's at least 100,000. Arkeetha's saying 150. Pay me 150 and I'll be good to go. My dogs can eat good. I can eat good. We'll be good to go. Kim, we already talked about your number is 300,000. I know we talked about that. 300, 200,000. I like that. All right. As long as you got the minimum covered, you can still go out to eat. Yeah, exactly. Pump it up. 140, Jermaine says. All right, we're getting there. Kim revised it and she said 300,000 now. Liz is 170,000. Good numbers. Okay. And when you break things down per month, that's not just saying, oh, I want to make $10,000 per month. Typically, when I'm sitting with coaching clients, we're breaking that number down so it doesn't feel so big. $25,000 a month is not a lot of money. But once you break it down to say, well, that could be 5 coaching programs that I sell at $5,000 each. If I'm able to create and sell 5 coaching programs a month, that's 25 grand a month. So typically when I'm sitting down one-on-one with clients, those are the kind of conversations we have so that that number doesn't feel so far-fetched. Does that make sense? Doesn't feel so big. But then when you look at it like 25 grand, that's not a lot of money. 50 grand a month, it's not a lot. It's just a matter of how can you be strategic to make that happen, okay? One of the things also that I wanted to share with you is a story that I went through last year. And it was a personal experience that I wanted to share with you guys because I know this may be something very helpful for you. Those 10 careers that we just talked about, if you jotted some of those down, you screenshotted something and you're like, yeah, I could go on to Indeed, I can kind of search for these. You still need to be able to get in front of those employers. All right. So I want to share with you my journey that happened last year, 2023. Now I had been working in sales in between my real estate business. So I would be in the sales positions and I quit. And I was like, I can easily get another job. No problem. I just needed to not be there where I was, if you know what I mean. Mental health. All right. I needed not to be there anymore. So I left. And it took me almost a year to get connected with something else. And I'm putting in resumes, sales, marketing. And I put resumes in and I'm like, why am I getting these crappy returns? I'm not trying to do anything door to door. Hello? I'm not trying to do anything that's outside of what I'm purposeful to do. And I submitted hundreds of resumes. Y'all, I'm not kidding. It was probably close to 200 resumes. And when I submitted them, what was going on, let me stop sharing this for a second. What was going on was more so something wasn't right, maybe with the structure that I had. And I had to fix that. So there is a company called Course Careers, and that's an education platform where they have courses, IT, sales, digital marketing. Now they have human resources, cybersecurity. All of those are offered as courses. And what their promise is twofold. One is to help you build your resume, the paper one, and the one on LinkedIn. A lot of times people don't know that there is a ATS system tracking those resumes, and a human being has no chance of even looking at your resume. And ATS is an applicant tracking system. So it's basically AI taking a look at your paperwork. You're submitting your resume at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden, 6 o'clock in the morning, you get a denial. Why is that? How is no one even in the office and someone already denied me? It's because AI was looking, and if you didn't have keywords inside your resume, you were kicked out. So Course Careers helps curve that. So again, it's two things where they're helping you build your resume up, get your skill set up. I took the tech sales and I took the digital marketing course. I took two of them. I finished one in one weekend because I was determined. And then I finished the other one, digital marketing, in the next weekend. I passed it, had like 80-something%. The company wants you to have at least a 70% or higher. When you graduate, you get a certificate. From that point, this is where the magic happens, and this is where many of you need this help. Instead of me having to go out and look for these jobs now are looking for me because I graduated within Course Careers. I had a good percentage, high percentage, and they need butts in their seats. Got it? So now we just reversed the process. I went through the course, graduated, and now I'm in front of employers that are looking for applicants like myself. They know I went through the course. They know I went through, and I know about cadence. I know about CRMs. I know about sales. So I'm in line to be interviewed. Does this make sense to you guys? All right. So for those that need that type of support, I want you to understand Course Careers is there. I'll drop in the link. So if that's something that you know in some of those areas that we just shared and more, anybody who is in sales should be on the tech sales course. I invested $500 in each of those courses. They did have payment options. So if you didn't have 500 at one time, you could split the payments up. And when I did that, I was like, I just increased myself. I increased the way my raggedy resume was looking. I wasn't on LinkedIn that much. And if you're not on there, then you need to, understand how to play the game. So I just wanted to share that with you, is that was the experience that I personally had to go through. When I finished that course, within 2 weeks, I had a tech company calling me. He'd be like, it's about time. I cried. I'm like, finally, finally, I can stop this. Now, I didn't accept that position only because I was looking at the dynamics of, can I fit into that company? But I want you to keep your mind open to the possibilities of that's what can happen when you partner with a company like Course Careers. All right. When you do that, yeah, it makes a big difference on how you approach the whole process going forward. So I wanted to share with you also another benefit is Course Careers is an online platform helping you get hired and helping employers get connected to you. If you looked at that as an option where you wanted to get paid simply from referrals, you could create a faceless Instagram page if you wanted to, if you were focusing on helping people get hired. If you were looking to help people do the same thing that I went through and millions of other people, you could get paid 45% commission. That's an affiliate. Hello. That's an affiliate relationship. If you can do that for that $499 course, that's 45% that you get simply when that person signs up for the course. So in that instance, the courses are actually $499 and higher, but let's just use $499. Let's say you got 5 sales in 1 week. If you were able to get, I'm gonna do my math in my head, $499 times 45%, that's a little bit over $220 per applicant. And if you did 5 of those in 1 week, you helped 5 people sign up for those courses. That's a little bit over $1,100 in 1 week. How many of you guys can see that for yourself? How many of you are in that space where you're thinking, I think I could help other people get hired? That could be a job in itself. So when I showed you that slide about how much affiliate marketers can make, it's all in how often you can do this. How bad do you want it? Because if you were doing that alone, that's $4,000 a month, $4,000 to $5,000 a month that you could simply be doing on top of what you're already doing. And as much marketing support that I help with, you could be making more than that simply because that's your dedicated space. That's your dedicated space of what you're doing. So what I will do, who is interested in that? Because I'll drop it only if I know that there's some people who are interested in, of course, careers. And even if it is some help that you might need, of course, it's going to be some help where you might need, how do I put it together? I just want you to focus on one thing. Can you do it? Do you want to do it? And then, of course, I'll help you put that together. There's some faceless channels that do it, and you never even know who's behind that channel because you never see their face. That's a faceless channel there, okay? So that's one. All right, Liz. So I'm gonna put this in here. That's your first goodie for today. Course careers. Sign up for yourself. Look at the tech sales. Look at the tech sales course. If you're in sales, you need that anyway, because that can help you in so many arenas get hired. Okay, so I did that, and I still have the certificate on my LinkedIn channel. So when people see that, they see, oh, wow, they've gone through a course to really help increase their sales. It's not going to help. It's not going to hurt. Okay, are we good? We're good, we're good? Now, when it comes down to any other options, you've got the ability to do online sales as well. And you could do opportunities at home. And last year, I know time is going by so fast, there was an opportunity last year where I was sharing 20 different ways that you can make money from home. The online profit playbook is still out there. So if you're looking for things to do at home, I'm going to drop that in the chat, copy that. Because if that's something that you're needing to do and browse and see, all right, based upon my personality, this is something that I can do. One of the businesses in there is a dispensary business. Do I partake? No. Do I know that it's a business that's a multi-billion-dollar business? Mm-hmm. I sure do. It's not what you do, it's what you know. It's not what you do, it's what you know how to do. So if you know that that is a multi-billion-dollar industry, might want to play around with that and see, can I do this for myself? Should I do this for myself? Dropping in here, the playbook. And this one's not free. But if you're trying to get on that other side of money, download that. And then we can start having a discussion on, hey, Lorie, I saw this and this. Let's talk about how I can walk into that. Okay. Now, one of the last things I wanted to share with you in 2016, I'm lost. 2016, I'm just totally lost. And when I say I'm lost, I was working in real estate, but you ever have that feeling where you're just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not walking in my purpose. Has anybody ever felt like that? Like something's missing. Something still felt missing. In 2016, thank you, Kim, I am sitting here selling homes, helping people get in and out of homes, and I felt lost. All right. And a friend of mine said, I need you to go to this class that's going on. I'm like, all right. I went, and it was, if you guys are in the Maryland area, I'm not sure if you know Circle of Champions, Bob Yates. Okay. Went in there and I'm just depleted. And I went in there and I was saying, I'm paying attention because sometimes God leads you to certain circumstances. You have no idea why you're there. And you're like, I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm here. And I was led there. It was a reason. All right. So I'm sitting in there and I'm participating for a few weeks. Now, as a part of the Tuesday night sessions that they were having, it was for entrepreneurs, really how to help them grow in their business, grow and succeed in their business. A couple of weeks later, Bob was having a roundtable discussion, and he had a discussion for the members. It was probably about 9 or 10 of us at that class. And I'm sharing this story with you because I want you to pay attention to the person that you see now has been built because people placed me in opportunities to help me grow. My job is to help you grow. I can't keep it to myself. You can keep avoiding it all you want, but my job is I got to share this with you. All right, that's okay. I got to share this with you. And so 2016, I'm sitting at this roundtable discussion, and Bob gives us this blueprint for success. Okay, it's 4 questions on here. If Bob is listening, he has coined this, so I definitely let him know he's the creator of this form. I didn't make it. Okay. Now, when it comes down to that form, it was only 4 questions, ladies and gentlemen, but it shook me. It made me cry because I'm sitting there trying to figure out what the hell am I supposed to be doing in life? Here's the 4 questions. What do I love to do? What do I love to do? You have to answer 5 answers. All right, 5 answers. The next one was, what am I good at? What am I good at? 5 answers. The third question was, what is important to me? What is important to me? And the last question that was on that quiz was, what am I born to do? And I went through it pretty good. It didn't take a long time, but when I went through it, he said, now go back and rank everything that you answered 1 through 5 for each pocket. And as I'm going through that, remember, what was I doing full-time for my career? Real estate, right? I'm doing real estate. I looked at that quiz, ladies and gentlemen. None of the answers said real estate. None of the answers particularly said, what do I love to do? I didn't say real estate. I said cook, home staging, acting, creative writing, and travel. My number 1 was creative writing. You see those books back there? That's part of it, creative writing. So the next question was, what am I good at? Public speaking, social media marketing, creative writing came up again. Cooking, acting. My number 1 was creative writing. I circled that. That was my number 1. So I already got creative writing as part of this so far. What is important to me? My answers were bettering others, being balanced, financial organization, making income, and no debt. My number 1 was making income. Got to make money. Got to make money. Number 3, Liz, is what is important to me. Okay. And my number 3 was making income. Got to make money. And number 4 was, what am I born to do? You'll get this quiz. Don't worry. You're going to get this quiz. This one is free, and I need you to complete this because this may set many of you free. As much as I was bawling and crying and I figured out my answers, this may free a lot of you because this may be what's unlocking you to get to the next level. So the last question was, what am I born to do? Here are my answers. Creative writing came up again. Public speaking, teaching others, connect people, listen, and communicate. My number one was teach others. So if you look at all your number ones, teach others was my last one. If I look at everything, the repeat number ones were creative writing, making income, and teach others. Those were my 4 answers. And I'm like, so I'm in real estate. None of those answers were there. Yeah, I'm still doing that through real estate. It's not what you do, it's what you know. Trevor Otts, thank you very much. It's not what you do, it's what you know. So yes, you are a consultant. Yes, you are a realtor, but you also know how to sew. You also know how to write. You also know how to do graphics, right? You see where I'm going with this? It's not what you do for a living, it's what you know how to do. And those things will set you free so that you'll know, wait a minute, I know how to do graphics. I could do some AI art and get paid for that. Wait a minute, I'm a nurse. If I did some telemedicine, like Lorie was saying, and I set up my own page and I had clients calling me, that's money that I'm getting paid because I'm in the nursing space. It's what you know how to do. That's where your money is. We're not just picking up jobs because they pay high. We're picking up opportunities so that you can walk into your purpose. You need to walk into your purpose because otherwise you're going to get up and hate going to work. Every day, I love talking to Kim on the phone. I love talking to Liz. Every opportunity that there is where I'm coaching, teaching others, acting. Y'all see me on Instagram. I was doing reels before they were a reel. So any of that I can incorporate in 2016, what I started doing was walking into my purpose. Yes, I'm still in real estate. That's still going to be there because I still get to teach others. Okay? But there's other things that can be done. I started increasing my online presence. I started writing more. I started writing content for others. I started teaching more. I want you guys just to follow in what your purpose is. Your answers are not going to be the same as mine, of course, but you're going to complete this and it's going to be your own and you're going to keep it. The paper's going to be nice and soft, just like mine. I keep it on my vision board. And so I'm thankful that Trevor sent me to that situation where that person led me to my breakthrough. And one of the things that Trevor told me also was, and remember, I expressed something, I told you I'm gonna get back to the book. All right, how did I write the book? Why did I even write that second book? Because Trevor told me to. And I called one day. Y'all ever have that friend that you call? Like Trevor Otts is just freaking amazing. Like he's a genius. So I called him and I said, I need $10,000 in the next 30 days. What do I need to do? There was no pause. There was none of that. Oh, I'm sorry. And no sympathy. It was simply, you don't need to focus on you need money. I'm like, brother, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I need $10,000 within the next 30 days. Just help me. How do I get it? I wasn't asking him for it. I just wanted to know, how the hell do I get to it? And he said, you have to reverse how you're thinking. You have to reverse how you're thinking. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I need the money. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been in that position where you're just like back up against the wall? I just need what I just told you. And if I had 20,000, that would be even better. Any better, right? So he said, you have to reverse that. I need you to lean into, it's not what you do, it's what you know. And he said, you're a wonderful writer. You love doing presentations. You love to connect people. So why don't you do a book project? Why don't you do a book project? And I was like, what? Like the first book I did, it was by myself. I had it published. I was like, he was like, and I didn't say no. And I share that with many of you who are in coaching right now. When you've got somebody bigger above you that has been there, you're not going to say, nah, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to say that because your blessing is right there in whatever he or she is saying. So I didn't, even though I was weak and defeated at that time, I didn't even have the capacity to say, you're crazy, I'm not doing that. He said, do a book project. You love elevating other people, get some women together, have them express their stories in a book. And that's how the Extraordinary Makeover was made. That's how that book was born. Those ladies had to participate with investing either $4.99 or $7.99 if they wanted their name on the front of the book. And how much do you think most of them paid? How much do you think they paid? If they had the ability to have their name on the front of the book, do you think they were coming in at general or the VIP price? They were coming in at $7.99. $7.99. So it was 18 women's stories, including my own. I wasn't going to put my story in there, but I was like, they were like, aren't you going to put yours in? I'm like, I guess. I guess I'll put my story in. And I did. So that makes true of everything he said. Use what you have to get what you want. Now, I'm not talking Players Club, all right? I'm talking use what you got to get what you want. Everything I already had. I just needed that one coach, that one consultant, that one friend that could see bigger than what I'm capable of. And he said, use what you have. It's not what you do, it's what you know. And all of those things, all I had to do was I got a consultant just to make sure that I was dotting and crossing everything. Those women got elevated. They got their own book. They're an author of a book. I got what I needed, and the book is still out selling now. So that project was not something I was looking to do. It wasn't a job that I was looking to do, but it was something that my gifts, my purpose allowed me to do with no problem. And many of you have those gifts right now, as far as there's something that you can do. And whether it's discovered in this conversation, or you take a look at that ebook that has 20 different options in it, you want to make sure that you look and see, what can I do? What can I do to get in front of that information? I want you guys, first of all, to get into this purpose finder. Did I give you the purpose finder already? I gave you the Profit Playbook, and I gave you course careers in the chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the purpose finder in here. Use it. Download it. Get your answers. So I just shared with you 3 things that can help you get what you need. 1, course careers. If you're going to go through the courses yourself, what's up, Alicia? If you're going to go through the courses yourself, elevate yourself so that you can get in front of some employers pronto. If you're looking to get hired and you can't keep doing this back and forth game, that's a game. It's a whole job in itself of putting out resumes. Then you may want to get with course careers. If you want to utilize that as an affiliate option where you're like, I could create a whole Instagram page and help other people get hired, do that. Okay? Do that. The other option I put in there, the second link that I put in here, and of course, these links will be given by Saturday in the replay, but why delay? If you're grabbing this link right now, I know that this is important for you. If not, it's cool. We were just hanging out together. But if you grab those links, I know you're the serious one and you are trying to take next quarter up and stop playing around with those numbers that I saw. Those aren't just going to come to you. Those numbers are not just going to come to you. And you can keep BSing all you want. It's okay. We're still going to be here. We're still going to be here. But I want to make sure that you got all that you needed. Now, another thing I'm doing is opening up my calendar only for 1 week. Only for 1 week for those people who are looking to put the pieces together. Gwen? I'm putting that in there. The calendar is only for 1 week. So after May 17th, I'm not taking these calls. I'm not taking calls from here. So jump on that calendar, book a 15-minute chat with me after you've done your purpose finder. because it's very difficult to try to navigate on what are you good at? What are you going to do? I don't know until you do your homework. And when you do your part, then at least that 15 minutes will go very quick. For many of you that I've already had those 15-minute conversations with, Anya, Kim, Alicia, many of you, you know 15 minutes can change your life. And I want to be able to give that gift to you so that you can break out and say, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that I was supposed to be doing X. But that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. All right. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap things up? Time is of the essence. I'm working with action takers right now. I'm working with the action takers because I just showed you ways to make over 6 figures. 6 figures or more, okay? So if there is anything else, what I'm going to do is just finish up, make sure that you have contact information for me, because you've got the calendar. That's pretty much what you need so that you can get things moving and shaking on your end. But I want you to remember, on this side of what we're focusing on, we went through inflation at a very high rate. And you see that those numbers are not going to change much. And by the time that 9% that we experienced over the last 2 years starts to normalize out, we're probably at least another decade in. Get in front of that so that no matter what is happening in the outside economy, it's not going to jeopardize your personal economy. All right. So for those, majority of the time, I am working online. I'm working mostly online with my businesses. Now, what the business looks like now is totally different from 2016. Yes, I'm still in real estate sales, helping people in Maryland and DC, but the majority of my passion has been centered around digital marketing and business coaching for entrepreneurs like yourself. All right, it's giving you that structure. It's giving you those ways and the ways to think like Trevor did for me. That's the gift right now that I'm parked in. And so I understand affiliate marketing for those that want to do that. I understand network marketing and sales and all that goes with that. So I want you to also realize, when you do have that one position, that one salary, that is one job, that's your own efforts. If you're open to doing other things such as affiliate marketing or network marketing, understand that you now have the opportunity to make way more money. Okay? Because if you had so much activity going on online and people were buying your courses, they were buying your courses, right? And they're doing that. You didn't have to do much. You created it one time, and now it's for sale for thousands of dollars a week, a day, a month, however it's set up. But I want you to keep an open mind about affiliate marketing. And I've definitely had other courses and classes about that before, but let's make sure we connect. If we're not already connected, please make sure that we are connected on all social platforms. It's Lorie Woodruff, your realtor, your marketing and marketing manager, to make sure that all things are taken care of with your business. If you need to get in touch with me, my Linktree link is down below. So you can certainly make sure that you schedule and see what other options that we have going on behind the scenes, and of course, ready for your business. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope to see many of you binging and pinging my calendar very, very soon. All right.